Alright folks, so as many of you know, and many of you that have been following my channel know, just about all of the summer 2024 LEGO sets have been announced at this point. At least I'm assuming that all these sets have been announced. I thought it would be fun to go through and just look at my top 10 most anticipated sets from this general wave. Now, these sets could range across all themes. They could be City, they could be Marvel, they could be Star Wars. These are just the 10 sets in particular that I'm looking forward to most. Now, just a quick disclaimer, chances are I'm not going to be able to get all of these sets. I'm not rich, I don't have unlimited funds, but I do think it's fun to just go through and talk about the 10 sets that if I were to choose, these would be my top 10 sets to get. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first one here that we're going to take a look at is the Creator 3-in-1. This is the Modern House. So this is my number 10 on my list. Now I put this on here just because in particular, I'm not a huge fan of modern houses in the real world, but when you put a modern house in Lego or in Minecraft or something like that, there's just something absurdly charming about this. And I think that this modern house, it looks really good, especially from the front. Now this thing is about $100 with a little over 900 pieces, looks like 939 pieces. I'm not sure if the value is the best in the world, but man, this thing does look really, really charming. It is one of those that is like that dollhouse style where it's not enclosed. I do obviously wish that it could be enclosed. I honestly would pay probably like $200 for a really high quality Lego modern house, like enclosed, maybe modular style. I think that could be really cool. But this is what we're getting right here, and I don't think it's too bad at all. Like the interior looks pretty nice. There's not a whole lot of room in there. The alternate builds are okay. This one is interesting. This one is a little bit smaller, but overall that main build, I mean, it's just really great. It looks really awesome. Now this next one here might be a little unusual, or at least a little unexpected for me. I generally don't collect Lego Harry Potter, but I do love a good pirate ship, and this is a really interesting looking one. This is the Triwizard Tournament The Arrival set. Has about 1,200 pieces for $140. The main reason that I anticipate this set is just that pirate ship in on itself. I mean, the shaping is really interesting. The way they were able to get some of those angles with the various structures on the pirate ship is super interesting. I do think that this thing is probably quite overpriced. I'm struggling to see exactly where all those pieces are going. I suppose there is that side build there, but overall that pirate ship is just, it's really dynamic, and I love the look of it. It almost reminds me a little bit of like kind of a mini Metalbeard's Sea Cow just because of the shaping, but again, I just think that that's a really awesome looking ship, and if I had the money, it would be one that I'd love to add to my collection. Number 8 here is quite possibly another unusual one. This is the Lego City Yellow Construction Excavator, and I mean, the value here is pretty good. 633 pieces for $55. Actually, well, you got to take into account the tread pieces there. Those are small and plentiful. Anyway, the reason that this is really anticipated for me, I just have always loved Lego construction sets in terms of like the actual construction vehicles and tools and all that sort of stuff. And I think this one is just a really high quality looking construction set. I mean, it just looks perfect in my opinion, and it looks like there's lots of functionality going on there with the actual arm. You got 3 minifigures here too. That supervisor with the blueprint is really nice to me. I mean, this just feels like a classic, really charming Lego set, and I can't help but want it. I really hope that this is one that I'll be able to get eventually, maybe on sale on Amazon or something like that. But it's a really cool looking set, and I can't help but really want to add it to my collection. I figure we'll throw another Lego City set in here for number 7 on the list. This is the Yellow Delivery Truck. It's kind of bizarre to me that they include the color in the titles of these, but the Yellow Delivery Truck, essentially the Lego truck, the Lego semi-truck. 1,061 pieces here for $100. I mean, how could you not want this? Honestly, the most interesting part about this to me isn't necessarily just all the Lego sets and the general Lego theme of this truck. It's the actual cab of the semi. I can't recall in the past where Lego has created an actual semi-cab that has the little living quarters in the back and everything. I mean, this is probably the highest quality Lego semi-truck that Lego has ever produced, and I think that's what's most interesting and most awesome about this to me. I don't think we've gotten a Lego semi-truck that has been this developed in the past. I mean, look at this. Look at all the detail in this cab. It's really cool. And you get a bunch of stuff on the side as well. All those Lego sets, obviously, a hot dog stand for whatever reason, some tools and such. This is just a really cool Lego set, and there's just a lot going on here. For $100, I'm not so sure about that price point. I know that there's 1,000 pieces in all, but it just seems a little cheap to me. Like, Lego had the chance to make this a well-priced set. There's no licensing going on here. It's their own brand. They could have made this like an $80 set or even a $90 set just to make it more appealing and more, doable for consumers. But overall, this is a really cool set, and I hope to get it one day. I figure I'll go ahead and throw the Tuxedo Cat on here for number 6 on the list, simply because I love cats, and we're finally getting a proper cat Lego set. Now, I have already expressed in another one of my videos kind of my general qualms with this set. I do wish that the cat was more posable, that maybe there were some alternate builds to make different types of cats, but overall, the fact that we're getting a Lego cat set and the fact that it's so well priced, you get 1,700 pieces here at, I believe, a $100 price point. I mean, that's just a great deal, and it's a really nice looking display piece. How could you not love this set? At number 5 on the list, I have the Avengers Assemble Age of Ultron set. This set sits at $100 for 613 pieces. This is one where I will never buy it at its proper price point. Possibly will buy it on sale, but I just really love the idea of this set. The fact that the entire set is just based around one single, probably like 3-second shot of a scene. I mean, that's what the whole set is, and it's just based around capturing that exact moment from this particular movie. I think it just is really successful in that. You got the main 6 Avengers in here, 3 Hydra soldiers on the side. I think it's just a really well-rounded set. For the price, it's not great, but everything else that's going on here I think is really nice. At number 4, I have kind of an odd one. This is the Mercedes-AMG G63 and Mercedes-AMG SL63. That is quite the title there. I am not generally a car person, but something about this car right here, the Hummer looking car, again, I'm not a car person, but this just looks so good to me. I don't know what it is. It's so compact and yet so detailed. I mean, if there is any Speed Champion set that's coming out this year that I want to get, it's this one. And, 808 pieces, what's the price point for this? Around $50? $45. Excellent deal. Even though a lot of these pieces are smaller, I mean, this is just an incredible deal, and I can't even deny that. This car as well looks really nice. Again, I'm not a car person, I do apologize, but both of the cars in here just look really fantastic. This is the one I want, though, right here. This thing looks so good, and I really want to see, what the interior of it looks like. Well, it looks like there's a good look at it right there. I mean, look at that. Lots of interior there. 4 seats total and some trunk space. Yeah, I need this set. This is just a really awesome set. At number 3 on my list, I have the Milky Way Galaxy set. This set sits at $200 for 3,091 pieces. This is one where upon first glance, I kind of struggled with liking it a little bit, and then I took a closer look. I took a step back as well and just looked at it with my eyes blurred a little bit, and I was like, wow. This is a really beautiful Lego set. I think it does capture the Milky Way essence, I guess you could say. You just have to take a step back. Looking at it very close, obviously you're not going to get the full picture, but I do love the fact that they didn't just use tiles. They put lots of different texture in here, lots of different pieces. I mean, the interesting pieces, the parts usage here, it's so diverse and so intricate. There's just so much going on here. I can't help but love this set. I don't know if I'll ever get it because, I mean, it's $200, but I can't help but just want this. It just looks so beautiful. I mean, look at that. And at number 2 on my list is going to be, a dream set of mine for probably years, and I'll probably never get it, but this is the Lord of the Rings Barad-dûr. $460 for this one, 5,471 pieces. I loved this thing upon first glance. The main thing I like about it is the fact that the base of the actual tower is just so wide, and there's so much going on here, so many details. I mean, this thing just looks so good. The eye at the top, they really captured that quite well. I love the way that the texture of the mountain is cutting through this thing. The interior as well, there's so much going on in the inside. I mean, I think that this is really as perfect as they could have got at this price point for what they were going for. There's so much good here. There's so much good. You've got the light brick as well that lights up the actual eye. I hope to someday get this set. I don't know if it'll ever happen. Minifigures are great too. You should mention that as well. First time we're getting a Sauron figure, so that's really awesome. Yeah, I had to put this at number 2 on my list. It's got to be up there. I don't think I'll ever get it, but I hope to one day because it's really such a beautiful looking set. And then at number 1 on my list, many of you that know me probably knew this was coming, I have the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Milano set at number 1. $180 for this one at 2,090 pieces. This has been my most anticipated set since it was announced. Before I even saw pictures, I have always wanted kind of a UCS style Milano because this is one of my favorite spaceships in all of fiction. I have let's see, we've only got 2 of these so far other than this one. I have both of those Lego sets of the Milano from the previous years. This one I have to have in my collection. I absolutely love the look of it. I do wish there was more interior, but I still think for what there is, they were able to fit a fair amount of interior in here. You've got the main 5 Guardians. I do wish we had a minifigure scale Groot, but that's okay. Overall, yeah, it's really awesome. Honestly, the only thing I can really fault this set for has nothing to do with the build. I just think they could have really included more minifigures here. Maybe a Nebula, maybe a Yondu, just some of those other less prominent Guardians, especially since this is from Volume 2 right here. They definitely could have included Nebula in this. Anyway, let me know in the comments below if you agree with my list, if there's any of these that you anticipate. Maybe let me know your top 10 in the comments below as well. If you enjoyed my video here, if you've made it this far, clearly you liked something, so make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, all that sort of stuff. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.